Okay, we can start this webinar. So good morning to everyone. Thank you for attendance. Thank you for your for coming here today morning. We are glad to host you in this short webinar about the project FURN 5.0. It is an interesting project we hope so, at least regarding that aims to provide guidelines and tools to the companies of the furniture industry at the European level to address the challenges that Industry 5.0 bring to them and to all of us. My name is Chiara Terraneo, and I'm the head of project development units of Federlegno Arredo, the Italian Woodworking and Furniture Federation, and together with me, the other partners of the project, Julio Rodrigo from Ambit, Max Rumignani from Ambit, Giorgia von Berger from Federlegno, and Nicole Gagliotti from EFIC. And I go to Okay, I go to I move for a brief introduction of the project. And this webinar is also part of the community of practice about Industry 5.0 of another European project. It is the Revolve project. Some of you are part of the consortium. It is a big project that includes more 20 partners around the circular transition of the furniture sector in Europe. If you are interested in more information, please follow us on the LinkedIn community or follow the Revolve website. Regarding the agenda of today, just a short introduction to better explain the aims of this webinar and the aims of the pilot phase of FURN 5.0. And then I will give the floor to Max Rubignani from Ambit to present the guide, the vademecum, at our disposal to better understand the impact and of the technologies and also the impact of the corporate social responsibility on our companies. And then we will move to the presentation of the tool. We will save 10 minutes or maybe more for a question time with engagement of all of you. And then the last minutes will be about the deadlines recap and the conclusion. So if you have any question, you can use also the chat, but we will devote a proper time at the end of the two main presentations. And regarding the introduction, just a few words about the project FURN 5.0. The main goal is to support the transition of the European furniture sector towards Industry 5.0, focusing on three different key pillars: human centricity, sustainability, social, environmental, and governance, and resilient approaches. The expected results of the project are to increase awareness and knowledge of Industry 5.0 among the furniture industry, assess the maturity level of furniture companies regarding Industry 5.0, develop practical guidelines for integrating Industry 5.0 principles into company strategies, create an online self-evaluation tool for companies, identify skills and training needs linked to Industry 5.0, provide a set of recommendations for the human capital growth. Today, we will focus on the three main goals to assess the maturity level of furniture companies regarding Industry 5.0 throughout the online self-evaluation tool, and also to provide you a short introduction, a short overview about the guidelines that the project developed to support the integration of the Industry 5.0 strategies into the company processes. We start today, together with you, the pilot phase of the project that will accompany us for 1 month from today until the first week of March. Then we, as a consortium, need 3 or some weeks to finalize the pilot report and also to finalize the guidelines by integrating the results of this pilot phase, and also to integrate into the final vademecum some quotes, some pictures, and some lessons learned from the companies that will take part of the pilot phase. And then we will invite all of you to the final conference of the project, scheduled for the 26th of March 2026. You will receive in the coming weeks an invitation, the agenda, and all the elements to be part of this online event. And we will end the project in April. So we would like to start together with you and to end the project together with you in the final conference, during the final conference. What is the pilot phase? The purpose of the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks, is to test and validate the FURN5.0 online self-evaluation tool in real company settings. So the key elements is the involvement of furniture companies from several European countries. The companies, we will ask them to self-assess their readiness for Industry 5.0 through the FURN 5.0 self-assessment tool. We will collect some feedback and practical insights. We will move on to refine the tool and to integrate the guidelines based on pilot results. And then we will end the project with the publication of the final version of the guide with the mention of the logo and quotes of the piloters companies. What we ask from companies in a glance, we will ask them to test the FURN 5.0 self-assessment tool. The time will be around 1 hour, but it is necessary that the person engaged to use this self-assessment tool has a good knowledge about all the processes of the companies and a good exposure about the strategies of the companies. In any case, the self-assessment can be terminate and then resume in a second moment after collecting some missing information. Provide honest feedback on the user experience. We will send to the piloters a close-ended survey that will require no more than 7 minutes to be completed. And we ask to the company to give their consent to the publication on the final version of the FURN 5.0 guide on their name, the name of the company, but also the name of the respondent, the logo of the company, one picture relevant for their identity, an iconic product, or a picture of the plants, or something like that, and one sentence about the lesson learned thanks to the FURN 5.0 journey. And then your support. Thank you once again for your participation. Your support is crucial for us, for the consortium partners, but also for the companies that we are going to engage all together. We ask you to select a couple of companies in your country interested in joining the FURN 5.0 pilot. We don't have any specific requirement. You can choose between SMEs or larger companies. It is important that they are part of the furniture supply chain. They can produce everything, kitchen, sofas, living room, bed systems, components. But it is relevant that they are manufacturers and they are part of the furniture supply chain because the tool is vertical and designed around the specific features of the furniture companies. Support them throughout the entire process, facilitating the key tasks. So we will send you the link to the tool, the link to the survey. We ask you to verify if the companies are able to use the tool and to facilitate the interaction with us, with the FURN 5.0 consortium, to support them in both these tasks. And we ask you to help out us to collect the materials, the pictures, the logo, the quote, and so on. And then this is an additional task, but if you want to promote and highlight the participation of the companies, but also the general aims of the project to your corporate channel, it is an additional support that you can provide us, including the promotion of the final event. In any case, you will receive all the materials to facilitate this dissemination. Just a first overlook about the timing, but we will come back on the deadlines at the end of the presentation. So it is important to send us the names of the company's representative and their emails by the 12th of February. The end of the month is also the deadline for gathering all the feedbacks through both through the tools and through the survey. And then we will save 1 week for gathering companies' materials. And as I anticipated by May to all of you, there is a reimbursement around 600 euros of 600 euros per each engaged company invoiced at the end of the process to Ambit, and Ambit will send some indication for this reimbursement. So if you will engage two companies, the reimbursement will be 1,200 euros. And this is to say thank you for your support. If you prefer, after receiving this reimbursement, to share it or to pass it to the companies, you are free to use this money as you prefer. And so I think that the key elements are now more clear, but in any case, we will save time for all your questions. So I can give the floor to Max to present the handbook. I stop to share my screen, Max, as you prefer.
Yes, I will share my one. So thanks everybody. Just a moment, I share. Yeah. I do not see. Yeah, this one. Okay, perfect. Can you see it properly?
Yes, sure.
Okay, thank you. So good morning, everybody. Thank you, Chiara, for this introduction. I'm going to shortly present what we have done until now in the project. As a result, let's say, of this whole process. We have produced this manual. It's an handbook that is supposed to support companies in the adoption of the practices of the adoption of those industry 5.0 technologies that are relevant for the furniture sector. And we presented few applications of these technologies in a, let's say, in a concise and very practical way, showing different case studies and examples. After few slides that I'm going to present, I will give you an exact presentation of the guide, just showing you quickly, which is the view of this guide. At the moment, we have this provisional version in English, but then we will have also the translated version in 10 European languages. So the next, sorry, I cannot move now. Okay, so at the beginning of the guide, we have a practical introduction presenting what the Industry 5.0 is and what is relevant in relation to this for the furniture sector. We have also a short description of these, of those enabling technologies that we consider very important for our sector. Human-machine interactions, smart materials, digital twins and simulation, data integration and Internet of Things, and artificial intelligence. And then we have 15 cards that shows the application of these technologies within the industry. Here you have all the list of this application. I'm not going through all of them, but later on I will show you how they are structured within the guide. And finally, we have also we have produced different documents that include a first part in which we present, which is the state of the art of Industry 5.0, not only in our sector, but across the different industry within the European Union. And then we have also a report specific to our sector on the maturity level of companies within our industry, always in relation, of course, to Industry 5.0. But then we have also a document presenting which are the needs, the skill needs of our workers, companies, and other stakeholders and other professionals. In this report, we have included also some recommendation for the different stakeholders and policy makers. So let's say that these documents have more and are a base to get information about the relevance of this Industry 5.0, but also how the different stakeholders can use it. So now I would like to change to the guide. So this is the cover of the guide, and here I show you very quickly which are the different parts. Here you can see the table of content. Maybe I can make it bigger. So you see that there are these 15 cards, okay? Each of them focusing on different application. And then at the end, we have this part related with the recommendation. Indeed, I can mention also that we will include an additional part with a presentation of the online tool and also on the results of this pilot phase. Over there, there will be a specific part dedicated also to show the participation of all the companies that will join the pilot. And for this reason, Chiara has just asked you few information with website, logo, and maybe a picture. Maybe further details will come about this. But the idea is also to present the companies that participated in the new version or the final version of the guide. And then here, sorry, I don't see that. I cannot move. Yes. Maybe I do like this. Yes. Okay. So we have, no, I cannot move. Sorry, but it doesn't work. So I cannot understand. Wait. I cannot move, sorry. Okay, now I can. So here there is the applied introduction with the description of the enabling technologies, and also the application, there is an application overview. And here, then, we have these different cards that present the different application. There is a short description of, in this case, of human-robot interaction in furniture industry. Then the description of the application with different details. Also, which are the aspects to be taken into consideration when implementing these technologies. We analyze, first of all, which is the difficulty for implementing this. In this case, it's low. But then we have seen also the economic viability, human factors, the environmental factors, and also the alignment with certification and regulation. In some cases, you are supported also by some pictures and schemes. After that, we have a part related with, on one side, on the solution. Okay, so here you have a short description. You can scan the QR code and you are redirected to the website that contain more information. And then here we have also practical examples, again, related to specific companies, and you can scan the QR code or go directly to the link. And this is done for all the 15 applications. And that's all on my side. So I would like to give the floor to Julio, who is going to present the online tool that we have produced. Thank you. And if, of course, if you have any question about the guide, please just write an email and we will respond.
So thank you, Max. So good morning, everyone. And yes, sure, after my presentation, we are going to have some time for questions. And for sure, you are going to understand better the approach and the procedure that we propose. Okay, so let me show you the tool we have developed. Okay, first, I'm going to use some slides, and after the slides, we are going to go directly to the tool, and you are going to see that it's really easy to use. Okay, so what is the aim, the purpose of this tool? As you can see, this is the link. Obviously, later on, we are going to share with you the link and these slides. And the tool is fully operative now. But starting with the purpose of the tool, this is a tool that allows companies to measure their maturity in relation to Industry 5.0, but it's not only an assessment tool, it's also a tool that allows to companies to identify weaknesses in relation to Industry 5.0, and the tool suggests how to improve. As you are going to see, the tool is connected to the handbook already presented by Max. Okay, so when we are talking about Industry 5.0, as you can guess, we are talking about digitalization. So digitalization with purpose. So align it or put it into the center the worker, the people, and also considering sustainability aspects. So when we are going to talk about Industry 5.0, and you are going to see when we go deeper into the tool, we are covering all these 4 perspectives or blocks of Industry 5.0. So we are going to talk and to assess the maturity of companies in relation to technology deployment, also about sustainability, about human centricity, and resilience. Okay, and as I said before, the tool is available. Is obviously it's free of charge, and it's now available in 14 European languages. Here you have the list of the languages that are already implemented in the tool. And also it's important to mention, so data is fully confidential. So only the user has access to their own data. Okay. The tool is very, and you will see, very simple. It has 5 main steps that we are going to discover right now. So the first step is to create an account. Then you have to answer some questions. So with your answers, the tool is going to give you an assessment result, so a diagnosis about your situation. And finally, the tool is also connected to improvement opportunities. So the tool is also going to support you in identifying and applying solutions to your weaknesses in relation to Industry 5.0. When we talk about solutions, we are going to talk about applications, technology applications for improving these situations. And also at the end of the tool, you have yes, a repository of all the practices and scenarios covered by the tool. As I said, the first step is to create an account. Really very easy. So with very basic information, you are going to have automatic access to the tool. Okay, and we need this just to know who are using the tool. So just to know the impact of this tool, and also is for creating your credentials. So in order that you have access and that you can modify your answers, or to improve or to check again your results whenever you want. Okay. The next step, so after creating your account, it's time to answer some questions. Okay. In total, the tool has 51 questions. It's easy to answer them, because the answers are, you have to choose between 6 options what is the proper answer to the question launched. So just let me to clarify this concept of questions. So in the tool, we are providing per each of the 4 blocks. So for technology deployment, for sustainability, human resilience, and sustainability, some proposed practices and scenarios. And the company should indicate in each of these scenarios if you are close or far from this application. You are going to see later on, we are proposing some practices, some scenarios, and the idea is that you indicate if you are if this scenario or this practice is fully implemented in your company, or you have not yet started. Okay, so between 0 and 5, you need to indicate what is your level of adherence to this good practice and and a scenario. And this is done for each of the 4 blocks. And in principle, this is the hard job to be done with the tool. So once you have answered these 15 questions, you can go to the assess section, and here you are going to get some indexes. So here in the screen you can see an example. In that case, in this company that it's here when the company enters, its name is going to appear, the name of the company. But here we can see that at an average level, the maturity of this company is 53. So it's an index between 0 and 100. As you can see, we are using these 3 colors, so red, orange, and green. So when you are below 25 points or 25%, we consider that your maturity is low. Between 25 and 75, you are in a medium situation. This is why it's orange, and this is why here we have this index orange, because it's 53. So you can see here the bar of your company. And if you are over 75, obviously your maturity is good. Of course, still you have room for improvement to arrive to 100, but between 75 and 100%, obviously the company is in a good situation. So in that case, we are providing a global index, but also, as you can see, we have the different or the indexes for the different blocks. Okay, for in that case, for the technology deployment, the score, the index is 43, and here we have for the different ones. So as we can see, in the case of resilience, the maturity of this company is low because it gets a 23 points between 0 and 100. Okay, so this is the assessment part. Later on, we are going to see in the tool. And finally, in improvement, you will see that the tool is connected to the handbook or just presented by Max. So the tool is going to also to identify if your weaknesses, okay, in those scenarios or practices that we have assessed. The tool is going to indicate if you are close or far from their achievement. And for some of them, the tool is going to suggest some of those applications already presented by Max. So this is why we are saying that the tool allows you to assess your situation, but also there is a clear connection between your results and the handbook presented by Max and the potential solutions for your weaknesses are going to be found in the handbook. Being realistic, we don't have solutions for absolutely all the practices and scenarios proposed in the tool, because as Max commented, we have covered in the handbook 15 applications. Very key, very strong for our sector, but in some cases we are indicated that we don't have a solution. We know the problem, but we don't have a solution. But for some of them, the solutions is already available. So mainly for this block, technology deployment, and also for this block, sustainability, you are going to find solutions, direct solutions in the handbook. In the case of human centricity and resilience, these sometimes are not so close to technology applications, and this is something not fully covered in our handbook. But at least you are going to know or have a clear view about the weaknesses of the company in relation to those blocks. Okay, and finally, there is a repository with all the practices, scenarios, and their link to the handbook. Okay, so this last section is in case that you don't want to go through this and to carry out an assessment. You only want to identify connection between problems and solutions. If you go to this section, you are going to have a clear view of this. So if you agree, let me to show directly with the tool, and you are going to have maybe a better impression and see the usability of the tool. Okay, this is the landing page. So here when you through the link, you are going to arrive to this page that briefly presents the tool, and then here is the proper place for creating an account. Okay, as you can see, the information is very simple, very basic. We have already created an account for showing you. So now we can log in, and this is the initial page of this tool. And here you can see the key steps of the tool: answer questions, assess, and improve. Now we are in the answer section. Here you can see the 4 blocks, and the idea is to enter, for example, in the first block. Okay, I want to continue answering questions. And here I'm in the first block in technology deployment. And in this block, we have, as you can see, 20 scenarios, 20 practices. And the idea is to go one by one. For example, in the first scenario or good practice is about 3D visualization tools. And if we open the tool is going to suggest a scenario, a practice. In that case, the use of 3D visualization software for design and rendering of furniture scenery, non-generative. And the user should answer if you are close or far from implementing this scenario or this practice. Okay, in that case, we have answered that we have not started with this activity, but in some cases you can be fully adhered to this practice, and you can answer full implemented or whatever. You can change your answers at any moment, because we also guess that companies, this is a dynamic tool, so companies can improve. And this is the strategy. For example, the next one, okay, or if I click next, now we are in the second practice and scenario. It's about generative design, and here is integration of generative design for product customization, design, or rapid prototyping. Okay, and the idea is to answer all of them. So when you have here this gray spot, so as you can see, all the others are black, but this is gray, is because here I have not answered yet this question. If I open, you can see, whoa, this is we have not yet answered it. But if you answer this question, then as you can see, the spot changes to black. Okay, so if you come back, you don't need to save absolutely nothing. So your answers are automatically saved in the tool. You can stop the process of answering questions at any moment, and you can come back. And here, if you go to the previous window or screen here, you can see that now we have answered the 100% of the questions here in technology deployment, that we have 20 questions. In the other blocks, they are shorter. For example, here we have already answered all the questions, but here, as you can see, we have 11 questions, and it's the same. So again, per each of these aspects, we are proposing and practice and a scenario, and the company should answer if you are close, far, and also in some cases you can indicate that it's not applicable. So in the case that you are saying it's not applicable, this question and its answer is not going to count in your scores. It's like it doesn't exist for the assessment purposes. Okay, that's the idea. So to answer the questions, 51 in total, and then once you finish, you have finished this activity, you can go to assess, and here you can see the scores. Okay, the global index, the different indexes for the different blocks. If I go to answers, okay, what I'm going to see is what I have answered. Here, I cannot modify my answer. Why? Because we are in the module of assessment. So if you want to modify your answers, go to answers, and you can modify, and you are going to see an update of the results. Okay, so assessment is the diagnosis perspective of your company, and here you have the results. Okay, and the last step is to improve. It seems that it's similar to the previous screen, but here when we go to practices and scenarios, okay, what we have here is different. So instead, if we open, for example, the first question, instead of having again my answer here, the first thing that I can see is here my position is weak, so it means that I'm far from the achievement of this scenario, of these practices, according to the answer that I gave before. But here the good thing is that the tool is suggesting me which application of the handbook can support me in improving my situation in relation to that. And in that case, it's the application number 2 about extended reality. And the idea is that you go to the handbook. Here you have a direct link to the handbook, and you can check this application number tool that is going to help you in improving your situation in relation to that scenario. Okay. Here again we are using this system of colors. So orange between means that my maturity in this particular topic is between 25 and 75. Here that we don't have a spot, it means that this we answered it's not applicable to our company, and due to it's not applicable, we are not considering in the assessment, and we are not considering in the improvement. Okay, and then you can go to the other sections. And here we can again see the different colors. So these are my weaknesses, and these are my strong parts. My excellence in that topic. And again, I can see if there is something that I can apply for improving this in the tool. But as I said, it's not in all the 51 scenarios that we have presented. Some of them they are we have solutions, but in other cases we don't have the solutions. Okay, so here, as I said, so the tool is connected to the handbook. So here we are, it's linked to the section where you can download the handbook, and the final section is this practices collection. So here you have the 51 scenarios and good practices considered in the tool, and here you can see in all of them if there is a suggested application to be used in the tool. So this practices collection, this last section, is in case that you don't want to carry out an assessment, but you are interested in knowing the scenarios that we propose here for being close to Industry 5.0, and to identify in which of them they are connected to the applications of the handbook. No? For example, in that case, in digital material data, it's connected to the application number 7. And the idea is, and this is my last words, is that that you make you for this company or two companies that you are going to try to recruit, to support them in using the tool, and the idea is to collect their feedback about the usefulness of the tool. So the idea is we are not expecting, and we don't need from them to have a super realistic assessment, just to, let me say, to play a bit with the tool, and just to get their impression of saying, oh, the tool is good, or it supports me in this challenge. So the idea is not to let me say, to have real assessments, because obviously when we make or when we include this additional chapter presenting a bit this pilot test, we are not going to mention the results of the companies, mainly because we don't have access to the results of the companies. What we expect from them is some feedback about their impression about the usability of the tool. Okay, so if you agree, that's all from my side. I think that Chiara is going to say some last words about conclusions or a recap of the steps, and then obviously we have room. We have still have some minutes to answer some questions and to have some discussions. Okay, so. Let me stop sharing, and I give the floor again back to Chiara or Georgia. So thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Julio. Thank you for this quick journey through the FURN 5.0 self-assessment tool. But before sum up our deadlines, I would like to give the floor to our participants. If you have any questions or any curiosity, we are here to support you in your in your duty.
Just a curiosity, if is there a problem if we can create a test account for the clusters, for instance, so that we are better familiar with the process, so that we can then share it with our companies? It doesn't affect your data. Okay, thank you.
No problem at all. No problem at all. Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
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 Any other questions? No questions. So I move to the last recap and the deadlines recap. So I remind you to send us the names of the company. I will share with you an Excel file to enter their data, the name of the company and the name and the contact of the company's representative. And by the 12th of February, and then we will give to the company 3 weeks, more or less, to test the tool and to answer to the feedback survey. Both the activities should be completed by the end of the month, by the 28th of February. And we will send you also the feedback survey. If you wanted to test the feedback survey, no problem at all. We will clean up the list of the respondents at the end of the process and write maybe in your name just test Denmark or test Bulgaria or something like that. And then the last week, the first week of March is just for gathering the materials from the companies. But please anticipate them that we will ask them the logo, the picture, and the other elements already shared. And we will send you a recap about this list together with this presentation, together with the deadlines list and so on. So, and that's all. I think that also thanks to our previous experiences, everything will be smooth and clear, and I hope also interesting for the testers. But if they or you experience any kind of problem, don't hesitate to contact me, Flat Team, or Ambit Team, because we are here to support you and to solve any problem, any issues, or to support the companies. Please, Anna.
Thank you. Thank you very much for a good presentation and everything. I understand everything. It's super clear. I have one comment. The screen, the slide that you're showing right now is that the company engagement obviously started February 1st and ends February 12th. I just want to highlight that it is the 6th today, which means that it's the 9th on Monday. That gives me 3 days.
Yep.
Sorry, I for some reason I have lost 6 days already. So could you consider changing?
Yes, Anna, no problem at all. We can extend the company's engagement phase because we started this first phase through the emails. We invite you to start to think of the companies, to start to engage them. But in any case, no problem.
I get it. But I cannot recruit companies without this meeting. So those 6 days is on your schedule. I get that, but they are not on my schedule. So you have expectations on me right now that is very, very difficult. I really want to do this, but you are not supporting my time schedule. I hope you understand.
Yes, sure, Anna. We can extend also the recruitment phase until the 16th. This is not a problem for us. It is just to give the companies a right time to complete both the tasks. You know, they are very, very quick. A company can answer to the tool's questions in 1 hour, and then in 7 minutes can complete the feedback survey.
But
So
they will not answer my email immediately, and my email will not be sent a Friday afternoon. That's my point. I will not contact them until Monday, which means that we have lost 9 days. That's my
which is
message.
yes, thank you once again, which is a reasonable timing for you.
Well, for the companies, if they receive, so it's not about me. This is important. If I send an email to a company on Monday, it's about them. And I have respect for running an SME. So they need to take time to read the email and digest it. And so I don't want to write to them that I want to have a reply on the 12th. But for me, it's fine if you can just move it to I don't know what date it is on the Friday that week. Or the Sunday would be even better.
Yes, sure. We can postpone the recruitment until Monday 16
Perfect.
or Tuesday 17.
No, Monday 16 is perfect, because then you
Monday
give them
16, perfect.
you give them a week, and since everybody is fully booked already, we give them the Saturday and Sunday. We know how it is. We all work Saturdays and Sundays, so that would be perfect. So if I get chance to engage companies until Sunday evening, would be perfect.
Yes, sure. Thank you very much, Anna.
And
yes, please.
in relation to that, what is really important is the 28th of February. So to be sure that we arrive to this day with the homework done. Why? Mainly because, as you see, the 26th of March, the idea is to organize the final conference, and for us it would be very good also to give visibility to these participants in the final event, and to mention them or in the tool, just saying that they have been part of this process. Again, we are not going to make public available their assessments, and we don't have access to their data, but what we are going to mention is that they have been part of this process.
Sure. No, but I get the whole plan from today to March 6th. It's just that I need to prepare also, and my starting point is just 54 minutes ago. So I need to send an email, and that needs to be done on Monday, and I need to do that on Sunday. So it's about respect for all steps, not only your steps, but also us to engage, because you should always have respect for the onboarding process for somebody. You know the project by heart, but the one who will receive my email does not know it, and I don't know it. So that's why I'm asking for just a few days for the onboarding process of companies.
That's good. In any case, we can adjust these deadlines according to to Anna's suggestion, and I will share with you the file to collect all the companies' names in order also to monitor the situation and to verify real time if we have some enough piloters from all the countries involved. And I will send you today or tomorrow, as soon as I can, this recap together with all the links and all the list of the materials. So you will be able to invite the companies with all clear elements. Any other questions from other participants? If not, I think that we can close here. Don't hesitate to contact us. These are just FLA members' emails, but you can contact all the members of the consortium, and we will keep in touch. And thank you once again from my side. Thank you very much for your participation.
Thank you for the invitation. See you soon. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
your
Thank you.
advice.
Have a nice day,
Bye.
guys.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.